Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Council. I just want to start by saying I do appreciate the work that that planning has done in this particular development. I've spoken to Mr. Burnett several times, and he's really done yeoman's work in keeping us informed about what is going on, certainly to the best of his ability. I only have four points to make. The first one is, I may as well address the quote elephant in the room first, and that is the sheer size of the building. I still think, and we still believe, the 10 stories really is so far out of step with the neighborhood that it dwarfs everything. The sheer size of it dwarfs everything. Planning did do a good job in addressing the one issue where they discussed privacy in having these 17-meter setbacks. But the privacy isn't, that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is the sheer aesthetics of having a 10-story, 37-meter building among 3-story houses that are all around it, even though it is set back. I understand and fully support the need for increased density, the need for housing. I live in Hamilton right now. Oh, by the way, I should have introduced myself initially. My name is Henroy Bailey. I am representing my parents, Ed, Eva Bailey, and also my sister, who also lives in the home. And we are all, this is our family home, 266 King Street, that sits directly east of where the large building is going to be. So that's my position that I'm coming from here. We've lived in our home there for a little over 30 years, I believe. 40 years? 40 years, yes, almost 40 years we've been in that home. So we're very community-minded people. We are really empathetic to the needs of the development and more housing in Stratford. I live in Hamilton. There are condos going up everywhere, and there is a need for housing there as well. So this isn't about whether the in my backyard thing, not at all. We're talking about the overall scope within a neighborhood and developing something that increases that density while respects the aesthetics of a neighborhood, not something that not to just toss away the whole building. What I would like regarding that is at some point, before council makes a decision on this, and I do this all the time, it's an exercise all the time since this building was proposed. I walk around Hamilton and I count 10 stories and I look at the buildings beside it. It's truly mammoth. 10 stories is a huge building. In your head it doesn't look like it, on the picture it doesn't look like it, but it is a huge building. So I would like that height to be reconsidered. So that's all I'll say about that. The other thing, now that 266 was once part of this development, it's no longer a part of the development. One of the reasons I believe was given for 266 really being a part of it when I spoke to the developers is that there was a road. Let's see if I can we just toggle to the other, if I just move forward to the, oh, there we go, that's fine. So there's a road that was supposed to be right across from 266. So if you see where the pointer here is.
It went back.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So right here is where there's let's see here, King Street, right over here. Right here, if you can see where the pointer is right there, that is the road that was supposed to be going straight through in this development. And this is the old picture here. And 266 King Street would have been right in this area, and they were going to use that so that this road would not offset coming from east to west, so that there wouldn't be an offset. Now, with the new development, what's happening is the new road is over here, and it's now going to be offset from where this other road that hasn't been built yet, from where this other road across the street on the east side is. So this is the west side that we're looking at, and it's supposed to be a through road that goes out here to Trinity Street. So our concern there is, given that, as far as I understand, as far as I understand, the offset of these two roads is not something that is there that is supposed to be allowed according to bylaw, but I am not sure about that. So that's more of a question that maybe can go to either engineering or through you, Chair, because we're concerned about that offset because the initial road comes directly out in front of our house. So people would be driving from the east, drive here, it would be directly in front of our current house, and then they would turn left and come down what would be now the current road. The other concern about that is that the people who are coming from the development road going west to east would then take if you know Stratford, it's not on this drawing, take a hard right directly in front of our house, go left again onto Regent Street, so they scoot out to Romeo Street to either go to the east end or toward Lorne Ave to get out of town. So because of the increased density, people aren't going to all want to take Duro Street. There's only 2 streets that lead to Duro, and they lead to stop signs at Trinity and at King. So that density will cause people to use this new development road as a thoroughfare. That's a concern. So that is something I would like possibly engineering or planning to address in that in this. Again, overall, I think the site looks really good. I think it's going to be a real boon to Stratford, but those are 2 big concerns. A couple of smaller things, not smaller, but quite, in my view, they're quite large. Right where this pointer is, we have our house would be right here, in this space right here. Right at this pointer is a large maple tree. It's, I don't know, between 60 and 80 years old. I don't know the age of the trees. All I know is it's a huge maple tree. It's been standing there for 40 years. It's in good shape. It provides huge amounts of shade and just coverage, and it's a beautiful tree. It's on our property, and we want to make sure that when the development is happening, that tree is protected, which also includes the roots of that tree. So I know that is something that will be addressed. These things will be addressed in the second stages, but I want to put that out there for the record now and have planning also keep that in mind. The last thing I want to mention is regarding the privacy issue and the rear of our property and the other properties, and this side here, I guess would be the north side, that trees be planted to address some of that privacy. I'm talking about trees such as possibly English oaks. They're a tree that grows quickly, they're healthy, they grow tall, and that will provide some privacy and also some shade here in what will become an open space. We also have an existing small woodland here that if it's possible, in front of our house, right on the back of our property, that if it's possible to maintain that, we would also like that to be a real consideration. So I believe those were all those were the primary concerns. And in closing, I would just ask that before council makes a final decision on the 10-story building, that you actually reconsider, take a real look at 10-story buildings within small residential areas with smaller buildings, and think about what that looks like. You don't see very many I certainly don't see many in Hamilton, because even the high rises are often among other places with with larger buildings. So I'd like you to really take a look at that before making your final decisions. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.